What is going on, guys? We're back, episode 4 of Iowa Plains. In this episode, we've got up at 6 a.m. and we are gonna fire up the tractor here and we're gonna start baling. As promised, I mentioned that in the last episode. This episode we're gonna get our baling done. Try to get all of our bales loaded up and brought over to the hayloft. And because our corn still isn't ready, we're in September here. So we're gonna get off to hopefully a pretty quick start here. Get that baler turned on and we're gonna start making some hay bales. I'm gonna do 180s. Do the bigger bales this time around. Give us a little more leadway. We should have some better lighting soon. I think that's pretty much our flow for this episode. We're going to be getting all this hay done. Try to get it loaded up and over to the hayloft, and we'll possibly time lapse the wheat sale, maybe. I don't know, we might still hold on to that a little bit longer. For now, we'll see how the episode gets going for us here. I would at least love to get all of this baled up and ready to go and hauled over to the hayloft so we can do whatever we're going to do with it there. I'm not sure what that does. That's new to me and I want to check it out, so we're gonna miss some coming around that turn, and that's quite alright, because the rest of it is in solid rows here. But I just kind of went around the outside when I was mowing and rowing, so it's quite alright if we miss. I'm okay with that. We still gotta get some more field prep done in a future episode and get some more crops in the ground. Still wanting to look into a future episode of doing some animals and stuff sooner rather than later. I'm not real sure how many bales we're going to turn out here. We've gotten 2 so far because I went to bigger bales for this task. And I think each one of these bales are like 9,000 to 10,000 liters. I wasn't really paying attention at what number it dropped at. I think it's 9,000. It is, it's 9,000. So it takes 9,000 liters for one bale, doing it this way. But I figured since we was doing bales that actual hay, we might as well do the bigger bales this time versus what we've done last time. We're starting to get some daylight going now since we're going into about 6:30 a.m. for September. Definitely trying to take it slow because we don't want to mess up much this episode. This tractor doesn't really like taking back off once you stop it, pulling the baler, or really pulling anything, but this has been a tough little tractor for us here. I will say, I'm usually the fast bale kind of person, but we're doing this traditional baling. Maybe in the future we'll invest in a fast baler. Depends how much of the hay we're going to keep on doing. I mean, this is a grass field and hay can be used for a lot of different things. So I think we'll probably be doing hay on this map for a long time. I know I don't own access to that land game. It's alright, I'm not trying to bale that stuff. I'm just trying to turn around. Driving in my neighbor's field there. They're gonna get mad. But there's nothing like doing some good old hay baling. Start an episode off here. We need to take another look back on the used market and see what else we can find that's useful. Definitely wait on the baler to catch back closed and we'll get back rolling here. You guys want to take a guess how many bales you think we're going to get here? Please let me know. These are in a straight series, guys, so I hope you've watched other episodes, but if you're just finding this episode, thank you so much for watching. Views have been incredible. And also, guys, if you'd like to, please check out our YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow it as well as my Facebook gaming page that I've been uploading on the most. Link should be down below. If I forget, feel free to comment and ask me for it, and I'll make sure to tell you. I know it's going to be in the description of last video as well, so I'm trying to remember all of my links and how I've done everything as far as my design. But I mean, we've put in a lot of good time on this farm here in the last few episodes. We got a lot done last episode. We got all this mowed. We had our worker Brittany cultivate our field up there that we harvested wheat on in a previous episode. So we've definitely got a lot of work done for us and ahead here. We're trying to get as much as possible done before the winter hits us, because we are in September. I do have seasonal growth turned off because I just don't play with that myself when I would normally play, so I'm not using that. I know we have to get our fields prepped for next planting season, which to me is really any time I want to do it, but we're going to try to at least get that corn done before the snow hits, because I know it's probably going to snow soon. I may take some time off cam to look around on a separate save and see what kind of factories we have to work with, and decide maybe what way I want to take it in the future as far as if we're going to get into any kind of factory work. I haven't made my mind up just yet on all of that. I know I want to get into some animals, and we got that big old empty space over there by our shed that we need to fill in with something, because that's kind of bugging me. So could put us a lime factory right there or something. I think that would be kind of neat. We can just take some stones and put in there and have this lime ready, kind of sort of as we go. So I do have the mod for that, so I don't think we could go wrong with it. Considering we're playing with precision farming, so we're also going to need a liquid fertilizer sprayer for these fields so I can fertilize and lime. But we're not quite there yet. We don't quite have the finances, and I don't want to take out a loan unless we absolutely have to. Because come winter time, we may go broke. We'll just have to see. As of right now, we're holding steady in the 100,000s range. We're doing great. You know, selling off them wheat bales actually helped us out tremendously. We still have not took a contract working for anybody else. If we have to, throughout the winter, if they have any cultivating jobs or something that needs finished, we might can address that. And we'll send Brittany off up there to help them. I do know if our corn doesn't grow soon, it's probably going to wither by the time, you know, how do you say it? It'll probably wither before winter hits if we don't get that harvested before winter. And we don't want to waste that because that's going to be some decent money for us. We definitely don't want to miss that opportunity. Trying to feather that throttle in this poor tractor. We've definitely worked this tractor hard in this series. Hopefully in the future we can start upgrading to a little bit bigger and better. But for now I think we're going to stick with this old John Deere and keep moving forward with it. We own 3 John Deere tractors. I mean, we own 3 tractors for all of this work. We got that case harvester back there at our main farm. And, you know, it's not big enough for my taste. But starting out, we're going to have to build up to that bigger harvester. So we might as well get used to that. You know, I like fast bellers. We're using this old Kuhn. I'm not sure how you pronounce this brand. But I'm also from Tennessee, so I'm a redneck. We don't know good proper English. But we've made some quick work here, and we've actually turned out more bales than I figured we would have, doing the bigger bale size. We need to invest in an equipment washer, which is a power washer. And we still got to get our diesel tank put in and get our diesel delivered. Well, we can make an episode of that. Not quite sure when we would want to do that. But I think for this episode, we're going to push forward with our baling and loading our bales and getting them over here to the hayloft. Not quite sure what I'm going to do in the next episode yet. I really want to wait for cattle and chickens and stuff until after winter. So if we have to get into contract work until we have some work to do on our own farm, that would be necessarily the case. We could always do some contract work for our neighbor farmers and help them get caught up before winter. And we'll make some pretty decent money as well. Fortunately, I'm not sure how equipped we are for that, but we could always go and, you know, lease the equipment that the game recommends to do their field work, plus our own if we have to. You know, we'll take a little bit of a lesser cut leasing versus using our own, but some of these fields is massive and we really don't have the equipment to handle a massive field. I know I didn't have a whole lot of talking time in the last episode. We just had a lot of work to get done, and we just kind of time lapse through all that. This episode, I'm gonna talk with you guys while we do our baling, and we're gonna go loading next. So we've got, it looks like we've got about 3.5 rows here left of grass to grab, which is perfectly fine with me. We are doing fantastic on bales. It's not, I figured we'd have less with our yield potential on this field, but we also, in a future episode, we need to get our soil information and get that sent in for analyzing, because we have not done that yet. Or I could just purchase it for a fee. I think I would rather not spend the money on that and just take the soil samples. I mean, it would honestly probably be a lot easier than analyzing it ourselves. And I may go ahead and spend that money for that. That way we know what kind of soil and stuff we're working with, and to see how much fertilizer and lime we're going to need and what would grow better on the field, as far as if it's going to be anything high potential or low potential, because that all plays into a big part in how much money we could make with what we have. But in all reality, I'm just taking it one episode at a time. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are enjoying. And if you have any recommendations on what you guys would like to see us do on this farm, feel free to let me know. I'm always open to suggestions, and I try to answer everybody's questions and comments in a timely manner. Sometimes I get a little busy with life and I don't always have time to answer you guys, and I do feel terrible about that a lot of the times. But sometimes you just can't help it. I mean, I have a 1-year-old, a wife, or not a 1-year-old, but a 2-year-old, a wife, and a baby on the way. So I'm super busy and full-time dad when I'm not doing this. The wife is still working. I may be going back to work before I know it, I hope. But I'm really happy with what we've got going on this series. The views have been incredible. And I hope to keep doing these as long as possible. I need to diversify away from just Iowa Plains and get back on Frankenmuth, because I'm not done with that series yet, or No Man's Land. I've still got a lot of work ahead of those series too, but I have been enjoying this map tremendously since I started this series, and right now I'm moving forward. I've got a lot of ideas of what I can do for this one versus my ideas that I have for the other series is right this second. I haven't done Frankenmuth in a while. I've done a few No Man's Lands not long before I started this one. So our potential here was, I really didn't want to start this row if we wasn't going to get another bale. But it's okay, we'll just leave what's in it. It's not a big deal. We'll just go ahead and just finish off this row, and then we're gonna turn that baler off and lift this pickup. I don't know if you can unload this or not. Doesn't look like it, no. And I'm going to change that back down to 125, because the next time we use this is probably going to be for wheat. And then we'll have a random hay bale probably in the mix because of what's already in it. And that's alright. There's nothing I can really do about that. This field would have probably produced a massive yield if I would have done 125s. But we're going to get this put back up over here, and then we are going to grab our bale trailer and go load some bales up. Kind of want to take this thing slow because it gets away from you. But so far so good. Everything's looking good here. Sorry about that, guys. I burped in the process of trying to speak. I'm sorry. But we're hitched up to our bale loading trailer here. Kind of struggling to get it out of the barn. And we're just gonna come through here and start loading some bales. I hope that this trailer will support those bales. I really didn't think about that before we started making 180s. I'm sure it does. Yeah, it picks them up. That one's a random small bale. Yeah. Leave that bale alone. So we did make a random small bale. So it's all good. I kind of figured we would because I changed it a little late into it. I was beginning to wonder if it was going to pick that bale up for me there. So we'll just get our big bales loaded up here, and then we'll come back through and grab that smaller bale because it's just going to be a random bale all by itself. So guys, feel free to tell me your favorite tractor. My brand is definitely John Deere. I love John Deere equipment. And I've just been having a grand old time, but I also like New Holland and Case. But we have definitely put in some work this episode too, getting all this hay baled up. I'm just glad we were able to pick them up and I didn't have to use a bale for it. One thing I've learned when starting a new series is always make do with what you have. Don't rush to get the biggest and best equipment. Because sometimes what you got is all you need for a while. You don't want to overdo it. I mean, my end and goal is, yeah, I would love to have some massive equipment and be able to support all of the bigger fields. But look at this poor little tractor. It's just struggling with these bigger bales. These bales have some weight compared to them smaller ones we hauled on it before. But that's all of our big bales. We just got that random small bale. So we're gonna struggle bust this tractor on up here. Try to unload our bales off over here in the hay loft and see how that works out for us. So let's see if this actually takes them or if this is going to be a mistake like we had with the wheat bales. I really hope not. But it's at the same time, it's kind of one of those things you never actually know. But let's see. Is it taking them? Hell no, it's not taking them. Why is it not taking them? Was I supposed to put it back here? Is that what I've been doing wrong? Am I supposed to put it on the back? It says to dump there, so I figured this is where you dump them. See, we've gone and messed up again. So I'm gonna have to come back around and reload up the bales. See, that's twice now in this series that we've already messed this up. Oh well, you live and you learn. So I guess we're gonna be selling some more bales this episode. Putting some more money in our pocket at least. That's just gonna secure us a little more for winter. You guys feel free to laugh at me now for sure, because we've done this twice now and I was afraid of this, that this was gonna happen. I'm not sure why it's not accepting bales. I mean, they're hay bales and this is a hay loft. I bet I'm supposed to put them on the backside. I bet I am, because this looks like an actual loading spot, but it says to dump here. So
You want design board?
no, I don't want none of it. If I wanted it, I would have bought it. Alright. We're going to do something very stupid here. And we are going to turn around and go try it on the back side maybe. And see what happens. Maybe we've just been doing it wrong the whole time. I'm hoping that's what it is. So let's try that. That may have been what it actually had happened last time too. We may have just put them in the wrong spot. But it looks like I was wrong again, guys. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do personally. It's just not working for us. You guys have seen me try this twice now. Both sides, and it's not working. So that's my bad for once again trying it. Oh well. Maybe we'll be able to do this a little more organized this time around and just grab them. I'm really not sure why that it's not taking them. Other than maybe something else, but it's alright, we'll pick them back up. No big deal. And then I'll probably just time-lapse me taking these and selling them, because I've already wasted enough of our time this episode on mess-ups, and that's alright. but you'll never learn anything if you don't try something. So I was willing to try and mess up a second time just to be able to see if we could get them to store here or take here, but that's not gonna happen, like, at all. So we'll just scoop through. We'll get the other bales done here in some way or another. If I have to turn around in a weird way, we're going to. And we're gonna have to, just to squeeze back through and grab this stuff here. We'll grab that one, then we'll wait and grab this last one. I should have went with my instincts that told me to just go sell them instead of doing this again. But honestly guys, I will catch you after we get back from selling these bales. Anyway guys, we're back. We're approaching the animal dealer where we're gonna sell these hay bales off at. So we're gonna see, we're at $119,304 right now. We'll see what we're looking like after we get done selling these bales. I do have that random one bale that I will probably just come back and sell off cam. Not gonna be a big deal. It's just one bale. There wouldn't be no point in me leaving you guys here to watch that. And that's just my opinion. So let's find out what we make here. So we've had a pretty good payday here. Looks like we made about 28,000, maybe a little more. We're up to 148,029. So with that being said guys, I will catch you guys after we get back to the farm, and I will talk to you some more. But alright guys, we are approaching our field. I'm gonna let you guys go for this episode. I'm gonna load this bale up and drive it back off camera, and I will meet you guys in the next episode. Hopefully between now and when I do the next episode, I will have a game plan for us all here. We really need to get our corn done before winter, and I'm thinking, because right there's our corn on the left there, that we may have to do some work for another farmer and go from there, is really what I'm thinking. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in another video. Peace. I'm out.